What if I tell you there are some of the most revolutionary scientific ideas, which we believed were recent inventions of science, were actually described thousands of years back in the ancient Hindu scriptures? India, which some call the cradle of civilization, has some of the planet's oldest and most profound texts, including the Rigveda, which dates to more than 3,000 years ago. These ancient texts are known for their spiritual depth, hymns, and philosophical perspective. However, what many probably don't realize is that these scripts also make mind-blowing references to scientific principles related to the universe, time, space, and even human physiology. Consider the Rigveda's references to light, for example. 2 of its hymns contain poetic descriptions of the speed of light. In the 14th century, the ancient Indian scholar Sayana derived an exact calculation from these verses. The speed of light, DNE of the most famous constants in nature, and one of the most important constants, he said, is roughly 186,000 miles per second, very near the value that is confirmed by modern science. This precision calls into question what the ancient sages knew and how they may have been able to determine these very precise applications. The ancient Indian thought was scientifically quite advanced, especially in how it conceived of time and cyclical phenomena in world. For example, texts such as the Puranas outline the life cycle of the universe through yugas, the long epochs of time that extend over millions of years. These cycles have a stunningly similar tone as modern cosmological ideas, like the Big Bang and the Big Crunch, which detail universe creation and potential collapse. Could it be that these ancient texts contains within them a deeper understanding of the true nature of reality? The surprises don't stop with cosmology. In the 6th century BCE, the sage Kanada developed the idea of the anu, which he described as an indivisible particle that constitutes the basic building block of matter. This concept is very similar to the modern atomic theory, which states that matter is composed of extremely small, indivisible atoms. Kanada's writings, now known as the Vaisheshika Sutras, cover the physics of the physical universe and properties of materials, including atomic interactions, thousands of years before the formalization of material science in the West. Turning our attention to medicine, we find equally extraordinary evidence of ancient scientific sophistication. The Sushruta Samhita, one of the foundational texts of Ayurveda, describes complex surgical procedures like cataract removal, cesarean deliveries, and rhinoplasty, nose reconstruction. These same texts emphasize ideas such as immunity, proper nutrition, and holistic health, all principles that are very much relevant today as well. Now more than ever, the world is finally recognizing Ayurveda, a discipline that focuses on maintaining health through balance in both mind, body, and spirit, as well as providing a holistic system for wellness that aligns with these modern principles of preventative medicine. What is more particularly astonishing is the presence of water on the moon discovered in ancient scriptures. There are passages in the Ramayana that may be interpreted as allusions to water on the moon's surface, knowledge that scientists in modern times did not verify until India's Chandrayaan-1 mission in 2008. How could ancient sages have known this? Was it a sophisticated understanding of the stars or an intrinsic bond with the universe? The philosophical implications of such texts are equally mind-blowing. The Bhagavata Purana describes time as relative, a notion that resonates with Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. Ancient wisdom can be startling. These profound thoughts indicate a type of insight on the precepts of space and time that are relative by modern physics, concepts that take the math of scientists today as a rock for inspiration. Environmental consciousness, perceived as a contemporary undertaking, was built into the ethos of the ancient Indian philosophy. One work, the Atharva Veda, even stresses the importance of sustainable farming, conserving water, and coexisting with nature. These principles highlight the interdependence of all living beings and the importance of preserving ecological harmony, a message that is especially relevant amid today's environmental challenges. This wondrous convergence of ancient knowing and new knowledge calls us to place narratives of progress in question. Were these ancient sages pioneering scientists or gifted universal intuitionists? Post-Geo, an untold history of post-forichness, iron and talent, the ruin, the riches of history, the dust face, the shroom, the myth face of flam, the unraveling truth of sailing out of the ashes. May we explore these ancient texts in deep reverence and celebrate the wisdom they hold and how they can point humanity to a brighter future.